Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'll be talking about understanding how money works. As I delve into today's topic, kindly follow my page, like, and share this video. This topic is significant because it opened my eyes to the true meaning of money, how to make money, manage and multiply it. There was a time in my life when I was broke and unemployed. I was struggling to pay my rent and bills. I had time to read, write, and develop myself. My poor situation drove me to learn about money. I read the Bible instructions on prosperity. I studied King Solomon. I took note of Jesus' way of meeting his needs. Then I realized what I am about to share with you. The importance of money cannot be overemphasized. Even the Bible says, money answers all things. Just as the air we breathe in is essential to our life, money is also indispensable to living. A day cannot go by without spending money. You will need to buy the food you eat and pay for transportation to move from one place to the other. You pay for your rent, your bills, your phone, internet, etc. Our daily needs require money. The question is, what is money? How does money work? Almost everyone thinks that the paper currency in our pocket is money. To become financially free, you need to understand the true meaning of money. When you know what money is, you'll understand how it works. Therefore, there is a tendency for you to make money without hassle. What is money? The dictionary defines money as a legal tender, generally acceptable as a means of exchange for goods and services. The world we are in is a product of evolution. Many years back, during the first and second evolution, people were doing business and transacting with each other. What were they spending? There was no paper currency in existence then, no education, and no bank. What were they using as a medium of exchange? Information is the key to transformation. Over the years, it has been proven that those who know rule over those who do not know. Knowledge is power. What you know determines how far you go. A man cannot be better than the information he has. The information I will share with you will change your perspective about money and put you in a position of advantage in your journey to building wealth. Let me bring to your remembrance the origin and evolution of money, starting from the caveman era. The caveman era was the first level of civilization. This was the hunter age. The majority of the people during this era were hunters and cavemen. They lived, survived, and established themselves as hunters. They had no clothes, shoes, cars, schools, offices, no bills to pay, yet they were doing business and taking care of their daily needs. Because they were hunters, they needed only two things to survive. These are energy and skill. They need energy to run after animals, and skills to capture and hunt down animals. They learned how to start a fire by striking stones together. All their focus was on what was running on the ground. They didn't have the evolution of rearing male and female species of animals together to procreate without them having to run again. When evolution came, they moved to the second level of civilization called the agrarian era. And the agrarian era was the second level of civilization. This second level of evolution was focused on the cultivation of land. Unlike the caveman era where their focus was on the things running on the ground, the agrarian era was focused on what the land could produce. They now direct their energy to hunt, to energy to farm, skill to hunt, to skill to farm. They developed skills on what to plant per season, what crops needed to stay close to the riverside, and what crops didn't like much moisture were figured out. The ones who refused to evolve and direct their energy and skill to farming and owning plantations lost relevance and became obsolete. They moved from the hunting era to the farming era simply by observation. Everybody evolved into agriculture. Their currency was energy and skill, energy to farm and skill to produce. As a human, in order to remain relevant in society, we must be able to learn, unlearn, and relearn. During this era, land became very important. The royal house started claiming lands for themselves. Expansion started happening as people would go far into the wilderness where there would be no contention to start farming and automatically owning the land. It was during this era that the system of the class started, revived the slave trade, and renewed polygamy. Because of the shortage of hands to work on the farm, people started marrying more wives and gave birth to more children so they could have more workers to work. Because it takes a lot of time and expenses to marry new wives and give birth, and for the children to become helpful on the farm, some people now resort to slave trading. Trade by barter started afterwards. This is an economic system that involves an exchange. Simply put, using what you have to get what you want. Money to them was whatever you have to exchange for what you need. So they began to look into what I could exchange for what I needed. It was the limitation of trade by barter that started payment with gold. However, because gold is malleable and cannot be broken into pieces to pay for goods and services, the idea of currency came. The paper money was simply a promissory note, saying, give this person the worth of the amount on this paper because he had a gold worth of this amount in the treasury. People made use of the clearinghouse to exchange the promissory notes they collected during transactions for gold. After a while, they stopped going. Instead, they started using the promissory note and forgot about the gold. The people in power realized that the society had embraced the currency and did not come back for the gold in the clearinghouse. They decided to separate the gold market from the financial market. They sold the gold to those who were interested. Ever since, currency has become the new money. However, you won't get the currency if you don't have something you can give in exchange for it. Money is a reward for value. We constantly look for money because without it we cannot meet most of our daily needs. However, if you don't have value to exchange for money, it'll be difficult to get money. Some will say, I got a degree. Why is it difficult to make money? Your degree is a certificate someone gave you for finishing a course. Now you are certified as a doctor, lawyer, engineer, business administrator, etc. My question is, the first person who started that course, who certified him? The third level was the industrial era, the need to turn raw materials into finished products birthed the industrial area. How can I store my banana for 1 year before the next harvest so that I can have something to exchange for what I need? For example, how to turn plantain into chips, cotton into clothing, etc. Just as the first level focused on things running on the ground and the second level focused on what the land could produce, the third evolution focused on what was beneath the ground and what could be derived from the farm produce. Since the focus has changed, the need to upgrade the energy and skill to remain relevant was necessary. The medium of exchange, which was energy to farm, now changed to energy to work in the factory. This was when education started. People now need to be taught new skills to function in this new era. Schools were not set up so that you could be rich. Education was set up to help people redirect their energy and to give them the skill to continue to slog. Only that the name changed. It is now called a civil servant. Schools were to equip and prepare you to function in the land of slavery. Things beneath the ground include gold, crude oil, diamond, etc. All these natural resources had always been beneath the ground during the first and second evolution, but they didn't know. Your perspective about money plays a major role in building your financial freedom. When currency was introduced, it was given to people who had gold. Gold was a value they needed to exchange for what they wanted. In this dispensation, what do you have that you can liken to gold, that you can exchange for what you need? No one went to the market empty. You have to go with something you can exchange for what you need. In this third evolution, the school system, job and salary system, and paper currency system start. The paper currency became the new money. However, before the paper currency, energy and skill were the money. This brings us to the fourth level of evolution. The information technology age is the fourth level of evolution. This is our present age. The world has evolved so well that the energy and strength needed in the third evolution changed drastically. During the hunting era, it was energy to run and skill to hunt. During the farming era, it was energy to farm and farming skills. In the industrial age, it was hard work and technical skill. But now, no more hard work, but smart work. We now need our brain power and not energy power. It is now about what's inside you. The richest people in the world today are not hunters nor farmers. Neither are they miners. They are creative thinkers. They are using their brain to come up with products and services, inventions, ideas and solutions. Yes, Somulsang. I saw a past interview with Bill Gates a couple of years ago. The interviewer asked him, "Sir, if everything you have now is taken away from you and you will have to start all over again, will you still become wealthy?" He replied and said, "Take everything. Give me 1 year, and I'll be back on top. All I need is within me." From my story, I didn't just read books to get money. I exchanged what I had to get what I wanted. I went to different secondary schools, which can also be called high school. I went there to teach how to make some basic home products like liquid soap, disinfectant, toilet cleaner, and air freshener. This skill will remain with me forever. If all you have today is taken from you and you are to start all over again, how long will it take you to get to where you are now? If you agree with me that your credit and debit cards and your checkbook are not money, so also is the paper currency in your wallet. Whether you are working for someone or yourself, you are giving your time, energy, and skill. The reward you get is currency. You are being paid for the task you completed or the product you are selling. The amount of money you make is determined by the bulkiness of the problem you solve. If you are looking for currency, the medium of exchange you have is the money you need. Money is whatever you have that you can exchange for what you need. Once you understand this idea, you will realize no one is poor. They are just focused in the wrong direction. I was once stalked, expecting currency to get me out of poverty, whereas all I needed was to look within and dig out the treasure that was exchangeable for what I needed. The question is, what do you have that you can exchange for what you need? I know people complaining that they don't have a job even after getting a degree. My question to them is, what are you doing with your energy and skill? If you are unemployed, what energy and skill can you leverage for what you need until you get a job? What can you exchange your time for? What problem can you solve? What talent, idea, skill, or experience can you exchange for what you need? Lastly, I want you to write at least 5 problems you can see in your immediate environment and 5 solutions you can proffer to the problem you wrote. Watch out for the continuation of this topic. I hope you find this information helpful. For more content, kindly subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to like and share this video. Remember, if each one can teach one, each one can reach one.